what's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshaw in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
The lads.
Up dog, my man. How we doing, baby? We both got the shades on, eh?
Fella.
Yeah, I got my Kit's glasses, buddy, and I'm looking at the ocean, fella. I woke up this morning with a little bittersweet feeling. I got to be honest. The humidity in the air, the beach, it puts you in a good mood, but it just, this morning with no hockey left to watch now, the cup given out, it's just a different feeling, bro. I didn't really know. I was, woke up next to my beautiful girl here, didn't get much sleep, but it was a hell of a time, buddy. I got to tell you, I'm glad we came to Florida. It was a great night with you, and a great night for hockey.
Yeah, dude. Hey, thanks for hooking up those tickets. Shout out to Sam Gilbert at the NHL. Up dog. We'll get into the final. Princey, say what's up. We got Princey sitting in here, Zoom style. The boys are playing hurt, so we thought we'd pick up a big husky defenseman to slow the pace down. Up dog.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Kit's eyewear, but I'm definitely not wearing the shades. I am in sunny Calgary. I didn't make it down to Florida. I was humming around Edmonton. We're gonna get to that a little bit later. What a final! What a series! What a season, boys! That was a fun one.
Up dog, my girl just
absolutely.
Up dog, my girl back there just got me a an only size of halls. I saw him around, love my Gatorade. Fuck, I got a zero going, and I got a coffee going. Up dog, the first thing I thought when I woke up is, how the fuck am I going to do this pod, and where is Uppy right now? I was like, I just put it all together. I'm like, I think his flight's at noon. Maybe we'll just throw to Kirk calls. I don't know what I'm going to do. I couldn't talk. I'm like, I'm in one, Mac Miller. I'm in one.
Buddy, I was tempted to just continue to party. I felt like at some point the boys, Matty Tkachuk and the boys would have that cup going somewhere, right? Like, I'm like, it's like 4:30. I'm at this Fat Cats or Joe Cats, a place that I used to go, like a grungy little bar. Obviously, we were there last night. They played great tunes. Obviously, these bozos at Elbow Room last night wouldn't even let us in. And the one guy grabs Christina's arm. I had to almost shake him up. And everyone's like, up dog, what's up? Come on in. And the guy's like, no, we're not letting anyone more in. I'm like, bro, you guys just won the fucking cup. All right.
Yeah.
This isn't about you now. This is about everyone here enjoying themselves. What are you talking about? And then the cops are there. They're cool, but they're not that cool.
We had the whole force around us.
I know we did.
Mac Miller's like, Shane, calm down. I'm like, Mac Miller, we're not doing anything wrong. We're just standing here. But we had the whole force around us. So I'm like, boys, he played here for 5 years. I played in the league. We're just trying to go in to have a cocktail, and they weren't having it at all. But that next party you took us to was just fun. The tunes in there were bad.
Yeah, unreal. And then, by the way, the night before, I guess it's maybe just the bouncers at the bozo bouncers at Elbow Room, because they kicked Terry Ryan out too the night before. They just basically cuffed him, and it was great. He gets kicked out. He's on the second level where we all were. We were just super chilling, like we were just having beers. Sheldon, Biz was there, the Coffee Brothers. We were just totally chilling. And next thing you know, they're just escorting Terry Ryan out. He's got his hands behind his back. He's coming down the stairs. It was hilarious. So I'm just going to leave it as...
He's like, don't you want Shorsey? Hey, boys, don't you want Shorsey? Come on, don't you want Shorsey?
It's an early milk carton. The bozo bouncers at the Elbow Room. You're on the milk carton. Early milk carton.
100%. Hey, up dog, real quick. What's not on the milk carton, bro, is Gozzer Ranch. Shout out to your boy, Moss. Shout out to... Now, Printz just told us to coach of Team Canada and the Four Nations, my partner, John Cooper. I couldn't get it out of him. I rode a golf cart for them for 3 days. I'm like, are you the coach or not? He's like, no, I'm not. I don't know. I'm like, I know you know something. But anyways, Uppy, that place is special. Russ Cordell, Kelly Chase, Brandon Morrow, Ray Whitney, the Wiz. Everyone up there, up dog. It has like a family feel to it, dude. And those 3 days were unbelievable.
Yeah. Johnny Elway, man, he got my pocket. He got my pocket early. Yeah. Him and JJ took me and Moss on first day of the tournament. They definitely got the best of us. But it never seems to disappoint, Gozzer Ranch. It's a beautiful place, a staple in the Discoveryland properties. We never get to make it down the lake, which was unfortunate because that's kind of the way I used to wake up there, right? We wake up, you jump in the cold water, you get kind of that cure, that hangover cure, go up for a coffee and Bailey's and then just hit the tee box. But it was a great event, brother. It was a great event. Can't wait to do it again. I take it we get the invitations back next year, bro. I think we were good guests. We came in hot. We did our part. We carried the weight a little bit. My partner Moss is an incredible golfer. Shout out to G4. I mean, he's a stud, and it's great to hang with him and his wife, and they can't wait to do it again, bud.
Yeah, I told Coop, I said, hey, thanks for everything. It doesn't have to be the tournament every year, but let's make this a yearly thing, right? If you don't want to play the member guest again, I understand, but let's make it a yearly thing that the boys come up there. For the Utah hockey fans out there, Printz, me and Updog got to spend 3 days with Ryan Smythe. I got to play 9-hole practice round with them. Updog played an extra 18 with them. We got to hang with them. This guy is as cool as it gets. He's just Updog. He's the best thing for hockey, man. Like, this guy gets it. He's excited. This was pushed onto him. This is not the way he wanted to do it. He's embracing it, Updog. And this guy is exactly what the NHL needs, man. He's that for a guy who doesn't drink. He's the coolest guy I know.
Obi, that's well said. Well said. Listen, it was great to be able to just get to know him, right? Like, we've got to see him now. We get to listen to him on, shows, Pat McAfee, some podcasts. He's so chill. You just put it perfectly, bro. He's the coolest guy in the room. The one night, like, we're sitting around JJ's after game 6, right? Oilers win. He's there. He brings in a ton of swag. He's like Utah Hockey Club swag, gives them to everyone. And then he's got great chirps. He was chirping Moss like, hey, we're playing tomorrow. The game's on. He's just, like you just said, Obi, he's everything hockey needs. He's great for our hockey culture. He wants to obviously do this and do it the right way. He's involved his fans and all the new hockey, the kids in Utah, all the fans, everyone feels like they're part of this movement for him. He understands he bought people. He didn't just buy a hockey club. He bought people. He's excited to work with the kids. And then he's just, he showed us some plans for the rink and how they're going to design that. He showed us some new trends. And what I liked about him, Obes, is he's always involved on his social media, on X. He's consistently like checking what the fans are talking about, how they're taking to the new names. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I think, there's a couple new, the Outlaws, the Utah Yetis, there's a couple really good names out there that he loves. And, it's going to be an exciting time. And then he did throw out the offer that we're going to come in on opening night and we're going to explode. We're going to activate, get us a nice spot inside that arena to share some laughs. And it's been pretty exciting times for him.
Yeah, it's cool. And we sent him a bunch of swag. So he's going to be rocking the Missin Curfew swag. And I actually said to him once I realized how chill he was, I'm like, Smitty, man, not to be like, you're just naming them the Utah Hockey Club for this year, right? He's like, yeah, bro, it's just this year. He's like, you would never understand how many trademarks they got to go through Canada and the USA, Updog, right? So he's like, A, the NHL didn't want to rush it, and B, we didn't want to rush it. So I think that's a smart play for him. Take your time, catch a breather, but the colors are definitely cool, but it's going to be great for hockey to have a guy like that, and he's an absolute stick. Hey, Updog, he can strike.
Yeah.
He can strike.
Yeah, no, he's a stud, man, in all facets of walks of life. He's the buddy. I just liked how he sat there. He watched the hockey game with everyone. He's so open. He loves to laugh, and he's a great family guy, and he's going to be an incredible owner. And that's just what the game needs. I mean, we need more people like that, like the Vinny Violas of the world. The guys that really like put forth their wallets and their time and they want to make the game better. And that's definitely what Ryan Smyth's all about.
Totally. And then just getting back to Gozzer Ranch, like, Updog, you always talk about how you missed the dressing room. Like, sitting around there that first night with Courtnall and Chaser and the Wiz and Morrow. Am I forgetting any other hockey guys that were up there? But
yeah, Sheldon Surrey's there. Like, yeah. Chucky Kovasu was in town.
Dude,
it was
when you went to play Emergency 18 because you're just an absolute weapon. I sat there with fucking Ray. I sat there with the Wizard for, I'm not lying, 2 hours. And you know how much I have to piss. I didn't even want to go take a piss. I'm like, Wiz, I'll be right back. Like, don't move. Just sit right there. Like, I just talked to him for 2 hours. The Chaser came over and sat down with me. Like, that's the hockey feeling that we have, Updog, that Gozzer Ranch really had. And hanging out with those guys and Rusty, hey, every day, you need a cigar? I'll get you a cigar. I'm like, yeah. It's just good to be back around those hockey boys, man. It was unreal.
Yeah, for us, I mean, Obi, when we have Big Canyon, and we're very lucky to have Big Canyon. Our buddies at Big Canyon are some of the best friends we have. They're quality guys. But one thing about, leaving the game of hockey is you don't have that dressing room anymore. You really don't. At least you don't find yourself in a room looking around and having 4 or 5 guys that did exactly what you did, that battled in the trenches, that have the stories, that that have success and that have failure to it all, and that just love to fucking be around the guys. And you said it best when you're there. You're like, man, I have a great thing at Big Canyon, but I don't have this hockey crew. And this is like what me and Updog, when we jump on the podcast, this is what, people like, is that we try to make this the club that we had and that we never want to leave. And that's exactly what Gozzer is. So like, all the NHLers out there, guys, the younger kids, you're making a lot of money right now. When the game leaves, Gozzer Ranch, it's a perfect spot where you're not going to, you can still have this. Kids are happy, wife's happy wife, happy life. You just get to go tee it up, have a couple shots in the morning, fucking play some member guests, go on the lake. It's everything that a hockey guy needs.
Disneyland for adults, Up, dog?
It really is, buddy.
See, everyone kept asking me, like, when are you leaving? When are you leaving? I'm like, Labor Day weekend. What about you? I'll be here. And I could have just stayed in that little one bedroom right above Coop's. He's got a 6 setup. I could have been there all summer, boys. He wouldn't even know. I'm like, Coop wouldn't even know I was here. Just give him a little golf cart buzzing.
You guys are making me want to come next time and just follow you around with the camera and get all the good stuff, because I know the fans are putting it in their heads, because you can only see so much from what you Google and what you see on social media, but I know it doesn't do justice from the stuff that you guys have sent me.
Yeah,
and it is actually the beauty of it all too, is that it's so chill that there's no cameras and guys can just be themselves. And a lot of these guys, that's why they're there, man. That's why, they're there to fucking be themselves, tell stories, and not fucking get fucking hassled. It's like,
you know what though? I bet you if we like say, hey boys, we're gonna come up for a weekend.
Yes,
we're gonna bring Printzy, and we're gonna
100%.
certain stuff, and like obviously with their approval. Maybe not Coop excluded because he's still a coach in the NHL, but the rest of us retired bums, they would be down for that, because it's cool for our fans to experience what these guys experience. But yeah, it's a special place. And if the only hard thing is if you were living there, Updog, and you're still trying to train, you'd be boozing every day. You'd be boozing every day.
Well, that's why I just said ex-players, like the Brady Shens of the world, like that have a lot there and are members. And, Steiner, I'm going to throw Steiner out there now, new, associate GM of the St. Louis Blues. I mean, these guys realize what that place is and how magical it is. So they do have their places. They're not there a lot. But if you play, like, you're going to be a disaster. It was like why we didn't live in LA when we were younger. It's why we stayed in Newport. Like, we were just far enough to be normal and to stay out of the clubs and to not drink every day on the first tee box, right? Like, so there's a fine line between, should I be still serious and extend my career another 5 years, or should I just hit Gozzer and just work on the handicap, try to get my money back from LA?
I mean, there's enough games being played. They play 36 a day there. You might be able to retire, maybe some lifestyle going if you're an absolute dick. But yeah, Updog, thanks to those boys at Gozzer Ranch. It was an unbelievable time. I'll be real quick on our little last part of our intro here. Live Tour was back in both of our old stomping grounds, Nashville. Shout out to Ryan Getzlaff. He played the practice round with our boy Steeler. I caught a little bit of it before I headed to Game 7 with you, which we'll get into next. But man, the hole number 15 was an absolute shaker there. The fans turned out. It was a great event. Good on Nashville, man. I'm sure it was hot. I'm sure the boys were sweating their balls up, dog, but it was just cool to see that many people there supporting it. It looked like a really cool event. Saying that, we might have to get there. I know it's during the final next year, but it looked cool.
I know. And just back-to-back Bonnaroo right into a couple weeks for Nashville, man. It's right up our alley, bro. It would have been a great little fella tour. But, yeah, you said it. You just said it there. Getzy, babe. He's, he's a new resident in Nashville. He actually lives on the Grove where they played where they played the tournament. So he's unreal. The Live Tour crushes it, man. And it's good to see that just the vibe, and Bryson DeChambeau coming back first tournament with that U.S. Open trophy. I mean, the fans, you see how they act around their stars now. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so it was at the Grove. Huh? I did not know that. That makes it.
Yeah, it was at Getsy's Golf Club, the Grove there. Yeah, where he lives.
Sweet. All right, boys, we'll be right back. I'm Missin Curfew. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. DraftKings, baby.
Stay tuned because you'll hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout our show. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Princey.
Well done, Princey. Well done, fella.
Out of point. Crispy rice, spicy tuna. Up dog. I don't even know where to start. I guess we should just both admit that we were both crying for different reasons when the cup is being ended. But you go ahead. You set up the tickets for us. Go ahead.
No, man, it was, listen, shout out to just everyone involved here at the Florida Panthers. Sean Thornton specifically, who dialed us in with the Club Red Passes, which is a club that, been around since I played here. It's an incredible place to come in. If you've ever been to a Florida Panther game and been in this place, it's first class. So shout out to Thordy. Shout out to my buddy Sheldon Walitsky, our boy from the Colorado Extreme, who had both of his trucks there set up with, a full tailgate. He had beers. The Pink Whitney boys, the Spit and Chicklets boys all came over. It was a nice little tailgate for an hour before we went in. And this Sheldon beauty, I mean, we're sitting at the beach before the game, and he goes, I just got an airplane that's going to fly around the rink, and I'm going to put you guys on there, and I'm going to put Pink Whitney on there. I was going to say, go oil. I'm like, you got to go. I said, go for it. I'm like, I'll text Obi, see what he says. And you're like, fuck, Sheldon wants to do that? Tell him fucking right.
Hey,
so this beauty I'm like, who even thinks of that? Sheldon Walitsky thinks of that. So this guy's just a full beauty. And, so he took care of that. He took care of the beers. His kids are all diehard Oiler fans, being from up in Edmonton. So, yeah, man, it was an incredible experience, Obes. I'd never been to a Game 7 final like that, specifically one where my favorite team growing up and my team that I played my longest tenure in the NHL were battling head-to-head, 60-minute game for all the marbles, star-studded cast, and I thought it was everything it should have been. I thought it was a great game. You said it before the show. It was reffed really well. These guys went out and played their balls off. It wasn't high scoring. I wish it was. I wish we were able to put the puck. I wish there was a few more maybe penalties called that were just, you get a little more action, right? Like when the fucking Verhaeghe scored that first goal over in there, that barn blew up. That arena was on fire. And Princey, you were at Game 6. I was at Games 3 and 4 with you. The Edmonton fans, they are very passionate. They are animals. And they poured their hearts into this series just as much as these players did. While the Florida Panther fans did the same thing, Obi. It was an incredible way. To all the people that flew from Edmonton down to watch this game, I know you're disappointed this morning, like most Oiler fans, but you got to be proud of the effort they did to come back in the series and the effort in that Game 7. And it was just from the start of the puck, Obes, we had our girls beside us. We had incredible seats on basically the center, fucking 15 rows up on center ice.
Fire.
It was fire, and it just the emotions that went into it. Obes, you're right. We cried at the end for numerous reasons. Specifically watching Corey Perry skate off the ice and hug McDavid, just knowing what he's done the last 4 or 5 years of his career and whether or not he's still going to go will be determined. For me, just watching, Connor, Leon, Boosh, fucking guys that really went out and had an incredible fucking playoff run. These guys, I mean, it was something for the ages. And I'm sad that hockey's over, although fuck, I think we need a break. I think my body needs a break. I think I need to see my kids a little bit more.
I'm not putting a fucking dollar on any sport mental. I don't know, maybe opening face off of the next NHL. I'm with you though, up dog. Like walking in there, it did seem like a nervous energy. I don't know. It wasn't like that Game 5 we went to in Colorado when the Cup was in the building. It was their first time. It was just like everyone was so excited for a Game 7. Bobby Lou came out, hammered on that drum. Never seen him that fired up. Like Bobby Lou before games usually pretty calm, right? He was obviously the number one goaltender in band. Before a game, he was laser focused. You almost left Bobby alone. To see him come out and hammer on that drum and then give like a little WWE, like, let's fucking go. I was like, well, Lou's ready to go. Our seats were so sick, like you said. Shut up, Sam Gilbert again. Princey, they were going so fucking hard in the first period, so quick. my eyes hurt, my neck hurt. Like I couldn't even watch it. It was going so fast. I'm like, these guys, it's insane how quick they're going. Verhaeghe's tip was unbelievable. And then for the Oilers to come right back, fucking Janmark, man. Well, we're going to get into a up dog and the dog of the week. I know whoever his agent is has every NHL GM on speed dial right now. I'll call him probably right now, being like, this is what we want. But for the Oil to come right back and make it 1-1, and then for me being there live, every time 97 and 29 got the puck in their hands, up dog would go, here we go. And I would just turn to Mac Miller and be like, hold on to your hats here. And they would just be absolutely flying around. And I'm like, oh my God. Boost would let one rip. Bob would make a save. I thought Barkov was unbelievable in Game 7. I mean, he threw a big hit. I believe it was in the first period down in the right corner. But to say that we went to a Game 7, I mean, it was everything I thought it was going to be, up dog. And honestly, Ups, halfway through the game, man, I was like, it's a shame that one of these teams have to lose, man. It's a shame that the Edmonton Oilers had to lose that hockey game, to fight all the way back there. And to then to see the boys, the cup come out and Chucky put it over his head and Monty put it over his head. Two kids that I absolutely love. It was, I don't know, it was an emotional night, wasn't it? Maybe it was
man. Listen,
it was an old fashioned I was drinking, but guys get emotional, felt.
Yeah, those smoky old fashions were tasty. But buddy, like watching, a guy like Dmitry Kulikov for me, who I had as a rookie, I think I had him for 4 years when I was here. Watching him and his wife and their kids on the ice after, like a guy that's battled his whole career. He's played on numerous teams. He's been a journeyman. I don't even think he got a point in the playoffs, but he was noticeable every time he was on the ice. To see him do that, to see Vladdy get his second one, to see Barkey, a kid I played with as a rookie, to see him lift that cup, to steal it out of Bettman's hands. Bettman was trying to hold on to that thing for dear life. And then
Bettman just wanted to go in and give it to McDavid. He's like,
he really did.
Connor, here, you take the cup. You deserve it.
Take the Conn Smythe, take the cup. Oh, shit, I know Florida. Yeah, this isn't going to go over very well, but we think it'd be a really good look if Connor, if you could just touch this thing right now. No, listen, an Ekblad, like another guy, a guy that's battled injuries and
he almost dropped the cup up. So he almost went down.
Heck, he did. Yeah, he sure did. And listen, like, I mean, watching these guys and their interviews after, and Printz, you've done a hell of a job with our post, buddy. You did the last day. You've been absolutely crushing it. But listen to Paul Maurice talk about his parents. And, his dad, the name being on the cup with all the other greats that his dad grew up with, Rocket Richard, Bellevue, all these guys, like to hear the emotion that gets poured out from the moment it's yours, right? Like Chucky to say it's not a dream anymore, it's reality. For Eki to, throw out an F-bomb and say there's no fucking words I can ever describe, when you finally win it. It's all this emotion that we feel as hockey players with the dream, as NHLers that battle for it, as guys that we've seen our friends fucking earn that thing and carry it around. It's just nothing like it. And Christina said it to me as soon as they brought the cup out and Barkey grabbed it and started skating around. She goes, how come no other league does this? Like, how come this is so unique? And I said, because it's fucking hockey. It's our game, and this is this is what you cherish. This is what you dream about. This is what Beckham's going to be at home looking at, like going, one day, Dad, I want to win the Stanley Cup. I hope he says that anyway. But that's our history. It's what's made our game beautiful. It's what made it so fucking tough to win. And I'm just glad I was there to take it in and to see my buddies battle for it, to see my buddies lift it to the city of Florida and Fort Lauderdale, and the stretch of beach that supports this whole organization, and Vinny Viola and Doug Sifu. It's really great, man. But Bobby Lou, Thorny, Ed Jovanovski, guys that have been around this team for a long, long time. Brian McCabe, absolute beauty. Bill Zito seems like a fucking legend to me. He's out there. He's pouring out his emotions.
He was the only one crying more than us. Up was Bill Zito.
Yeah, I figured so. Yeah, I could have used these Kit's eyeglasses when the tears started to come down. I'm just like, I can't answer questions to Christina when she's asking me. I don't know. Fuck, just. So it was cool, bro. It's cool.
Prince, in typical Missin Curfew fashion, we forgot to pick up the fucking media passes, right?
What did you forget?
We forgot our media passes. Updog's like, fuck, I forgot the media passes. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Then we're like, oh, we want to get down there and see Chucky.
Get on the ice.
Yeah. I'm like, And then Chucky's doing an interview right down below us. I'm like, let's go, dog. Here's our fucking chance. And Paula's used to Brian Boyle. And what's the other chick?
Is it Jamie Hirsch?
Yeah, Jamie. Paula.
Yeah, it was Jamie. Yeah.
They were doing a proper interview, and we're just like,
Yeah.
Gary. And he's like, what's up, boys? I got to be honest, maybe this makes me a loser. Printz, you posted. I've watched it like 10 times. I watched it like 10 times for them, like how happy they were to see me and Uppy's drunk ass. But, you know, it was unbelievable, dude. And for Chucky to give it to Big Walt and for Brady to be down there. And listen, you know, we're going to get in the Ottawa Senators. They made a big trade. Travis Green's our head coach. If you're an Ottawa Senators fan, I'll guarantee you when Brady Tkachuk gets back in the gym, what's today up, dog? That's Tuesday.
Today's the day these Florida Panthers just
go
on a bender.
Brady, take the week off. Next Monday, when Brady gets back in the gym, he's going to work his fucking balls off the rest of the summer up, dog, because he was down there, saw his older brother do it, passing to his dad. You know how fired up Brady Tkachuk is going to be coming into training camp? I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be fucking in the Atlantic Division having to play against him. Like, such a cool experience up, dog. And then to see Big Walt put it over his head, like, I mean, I don't have kids ups, but imagine Beckham handing that thing to you. Like, that's crazy, man.
I just think about the families the last 10 days, the Florida Panther families, the Edmonton Oilers families. Like, you know, good on you guys for supporting your kids and fucking chasing this with them. You know, all the time on the airplanes, the money, all the, you're just going actually way, way back to the parents of these guys who just watched their kids win the Stanley Cup. You know, it goes all the way back to when you're a kid and you're going to the rink and you're getting your skates tied up by your old man and he's taping your twig and he's telling you it's going to be okay and he's helping you with an injury or he's fucking teaching you how to be a good, you know, a good sport. To all that, it's all that goes into, you know, when we get your last name on the Stanley Cup and it's your family, and that's what's really special. And you know, to all the parents out there, man, you gotta enjoy this one because it's all because of you guys.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought Monty plays best game of the series. I don't want to say it's because I texted him before Game 7, but I'm gonna say it's because I texted. Like the Monty kid. If I told you one game at home to win the Stanley Cup after fitness that thing, you'd fucking take it, right? He said, fucking right, so I said, then go get that fucking thing. I thought he played his best game of the series. Up, dog. Another thing I noticed, dude, how close these two teams, like how hard it is to win. We're sitting here without Stanley Cups. You've been to conference finals. It's so hard to win, man. Those teams were so close. I'm watching this game going, a bounce here. You know, I remember the play right before Rhino scored. Fucking puck bounces over the guy's stick back door. You're like,
Kulikov fucking batted it away. It was right there. It was like anyone's game. We're in the third where McDavid leaves it to Hyman and he's just jammed. Yeah. It's like that's the game of inches that's the you know, the deciding factor of fucking 22 names going on the cup or a different 22 names going on the cup. Little fucking inches, man. It's crazy.
It's crazy. You know, obviously Connor McDavid, Conn Smythe winner, doesn't come out and grab it. I mean, I guess I can't blame him for that. I mean, I remember Printz Jagier did come out and grab it. He's the last one to do it. If I'm McDavid, I probably don't come out and grab it again. It's well deserved for him. It's tough, right? When you win the Conn, like, I don't know. What did you boys think of that whole situation? Because I just thought it was, obviously he doesn't want to come out and get it because he doesn't want to see what's going on, but just a tough situation, I thought.
Yeah, I thought, you know what? They should have gave it to him before the fucking game. They should have just been like, and this year's Conn Smythe winner is Connor McDavid. Thanks for coming, and let's play hockey. Like, you know, I think everyone knew the lines in Vegas went crazy through the roof for Connor after Game 6 to win the Conn Smythe. I thought maybe if they wanted to catch him, they should have, while the guys were shaking hands, that trophy should have already been out on the ice, and he should have been talking while the guys, both teams were still on the ice. That's probably where I say he would have went and grabbed it. Other than that, you know, he's already gone. He's already focused on basically next year. He's like, fucking, let's get back at this. You know, it's a heartbreak for him, but he's a well-deserved. I mean, he was the guy. He broke Gretzky's record. You know, he's chasing Gretzky's record. He had an incredible experience. What he did in Game 4, Game 5, you know, 8 points. I mean, come on. In the Stanley Cup Finals, do or die, you go out and do that for your team. That's well deserved. And call it maybe he wasn't the MVP of just the last round. It's the whole playoffs, man. And he was an absolute stud. So
Yeah, no, he absolutely was. And Princey, buddy, you absolutely killed it during the final. You're heading up to Edmonton. But you were let's get the cat out of the bag. You weren't cheering for the Oilers first and foremost. Uptalk thought everyone was cheering for the Oilers because he was, but you were not cheering for the Oilers, were you?
God, no. Yeah, I did want to have that clear because Uppy, that was not a coordinated thing between Upshaw and I. I didn't sit in on that episode, so I didn't get it till the post-production editing part, and I'm listening to it. I think I had my head down looking at something. I heard it, and I was like, Uppy, I wanted to text him and be like, you motherfucker, I'm not cheering for the Oilers. You couldn't fucking to cheer for the Oilers. Now, I get it. It was a Canadian team. They're Alberta. I'm just like you, Uppy. I'm a proud Albertan, but I'm from South Alberta. I'm from Calgary. I was not cheering for them. I was not actively rooting against them. I wasn't being like, oh, I want McDavid to get hurt. No. I'm just not ready for it. The reality is the Edmonton Oilers are going to win Stanley Cups. They just are. Like it's like I talked to my dad about it. He's like, this would be like if back in my day watching Gretzky not win cups. It's just going to happen. In my opinion, it probably should have happened already. They kind of wasted a few years with McDavid there, but it's going to happen. I'm going to witness it in my lifetime. Thank God I didn't have to actually see it in the building. I don't know if I could have done that, but to be up in Edmonton, boys, that was something that I don't know if I'll ever get to experience again. That was unreal. Like, props to the Oilers fans on that one. That was very, very cool.
Hey, how was it for you just balling around out there in the dressing room or the press conference? Were they like, are they giving you like the rookie treatment, or are you like the outlaw, like, you know, kind of, or are they giving you like respect? What's going on with that?
Well, I think a little bit of both. I'd like going back to what like Uppy's calling me an Oiler fan. Like, I hopped out of my Uber. I think it was like, this is for game 6. And like, I'm going up there. I'm wearing full suit, guys. Like, there's nobody up there that's wearing a tracksuit. No one's wearing a hat. It's the Stanley Cup final. It's full suit. So I'm walking to the rink in the full suit, and I hear some guy yelling my name. He's, Printz, I can't believe you're cheering for the Oilers. What are you doing, man? I had to make it clear to a fan. I'm like, I'm not cheering for the goddamn Oilers here, guys. Like, what's going on? But yeah, it's a really cool experience to be up there. Obviously, I would have loved to be in the crowd, but to be able to go to 3 games as a member of the media and try out some different things, it's a cool thing for Missin Curfew. I've done it a couple different times in Vegas and in Vancouver, and now you're starting to get guys coming up to you being like, Princey, what's going on, fella? I met up with the crew from the Lebitard show that's on our network here too at DraftKings. I got to meet Roy and David and those guys in the Sportsnet crew. They're all bumming around in there. It was really cool to be a part of. And I think you mentioned on the last podcast, Obes, I wasn't sure if I could get in the room or not. Like I said, I'm not sure what category I fall in or whatnot. I think I texted Obes. I kind of just like hid in the crowd and like put my head down and just walked right in the room. And yeah, later found out, I'm allowed to be in there. So it was cool to see some guys in there. Luckily, I got to go in there after 2 wins for the Oilers, so the beat was pretty good. They were a little bit more upbeat. Fun to sit in the crowd too. Like, listen to Paul Maurice when he's sitting 5 feet in front of you. That guy has a way with words. 2 losses, and he seems still cool as a cucumber. Awesome experience, and shout out to lots of those media guys. We're seeing him all over the internet. To see Bob Stauffer in real life in the suit and the slick back hair. Like, we'll get to this a little bit later, but get Bob Stauffer a beer for his coverage throughout the Stanley Cup Finals. That guy is a legend.
You had all those people that flew from fucking Edmonton to Florida commercial on two stops. I'm like, should give Dave Payne as many blue lights as he wants. That guy was fucking flying everywhere, caught in airports. So I'm like, my God, that is going above and beyond.
They were all booking their flights at the 8-1 game. They were all booking their flights in the second intermission. All the media guys were just standing in the back, staring at their phones, booking their flights. When I think it was 5-1 at that point, but they knew it was going back to Florida. So, hey, I mean, that's part of the job, man. I'm not complaining. I was sitting in the crowd there when Leon chirped Mark Spector there when he was like, oh, yeah, you're making us old guys fly. Leon's like, I don't care. Deal with it.
Yeah, and all those boys, I mean, listen, what a run for the media, like covering the NHL. I thought they did a great job. Like, I thought ESPN did a great job. I thought all the guys really made our game look beautiful, especially in this final round. And now they're off to Vegas. They're just fucking jumping on a bird, and they're all headed to the draft and the awards and at the Sphere. And, you know, I was told earlier in the round, Sam Gilbert did mention to me that the Cup, if it goes to 7, it's not going to see, for the first time, it's not going to be at the awards, which, when you look at it,
that cup might end up in Cuba. That might end up in Cuba.
You're damn right. Yeah, you're damn right. Off on some offshore. I mean, but you know, it's so great. This Florida place is such a great place to live. All these guys, you know, they live down here in Fort Lauderdale or Boca, and there's so many great places to share this celebration with that mug. I know they're at the Elbow Room, which is fucking greasy, and those hooligans at the bouncers, but there's amazing places that this cup's going to go enjoy. And I'm thinking Los Olas is probably the way where they're going to do the parade. I'm thinking, you know, it's a stretch from where I used.
When do you think the parade will be?
I'd say it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
No, it's probably tomorrow. I'd say.
I heard, yeah.
They announced that because I'm here till Thursday. If the parade, I'm going to go to that parade. I might.
Yeah, 100%. It's got to be. It'll be early because yeah, then they got to go on a bender. Like I guess you could just go to Miami here, but it's nice to get the hell out of Dodge. Like
I'm hoping to get. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hoping to get a text from Chucky here in the next about 5 hours and say we're heading to South Beach. I'm gonna be like, okay, where? Tell me where, fella.
Yeah.
But last time I saw a video of Chuck, he was swimming in the ocean with the Stanley Cup. So I'm sure his phone. Wasn't in his pocket. All I was thinking about this too. I thought after Updog took all your videos, your fucking phone would be gone. And like you wouldn't even give a fuck about your phone, right? You're just like, fuck it. As soon as you got your hands on that cup, you're like, I don't care where my phone is, right?
No, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't give a shit. I'd lose everything.
Once you had all your family with you and everyone that you had there on the ice, and you got that cup, then the phone would be like, fuck it, let's just go, boys. Who cares about
Buddy, well, they got enough cameras down there, pictures, and you're going to have those pictures for life. And, you know, by rights, you just got to enjoy the moment, man. This is where these guys, they're still on a fucking cloud right now. They don't know what's going on when they're fucking, you know, carrying that cup around. No one cares. No one cares what's going on. No one cares what you do. You know, just be respectful. Don't drink and drive. Don't jump on a golf cart drinking and driving. Have someone else do that. But these guys are going to be on a mission with that thing, and they deserve every second of it.
So it was a great playoff. Princey, you killed it up, dog. You killed it. It was hockey's in a very good place. It was a great final. We will be right back here at Missin Curfew. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Up, dog. I was standing in the line last night to take a piss. This other fan comes up. He's like, I love Missin Curfew, man. I drive to work every week. When you guys start barking for Dog of the Week, I start barking. So for this guy, Missin Curfew, Dog of the Week. I'm gonna go Sergei Bobrovsky. For me, I thought, you know, people had asked me heading into Game 7 what I thought the difference is going to be, and I thought it was going to be goaltending. You know, up, dog, you didn't love the Reinhart goal. I'm sure Stuart Skinner today, when his head hits the pillow here for the next couple of weeks, he'd probably want to have that one back. But I was looking for Game 1 Bob to show back up. I'm not sure it was Game 1 Bob, but it was fucking good enough. He played unbelievable. I can't imagine the pressure on him up after being up 3-0. You know, hadn't played his best hockey since probably halfway through Game 3. Thought he bounced back. Thought, you know, the boys loved him, how much you can tell they care for him. So me up, dog. He's my Dog of the Week. Good for him. I thought he played exactly how he had to play in a crucial Game 7 for the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, well deserved, man. And it comes down to winning with the best goaltending. It really does. Your team, you can't win a Stanley Cup unless your goalie's the best player. And we've given out plenty of Dog of the Weeks in the past, but that's a well-deserved one. For me, you know, I'm going to look at a guy that I admire how this guy plays. I admire how this guy battles. Guy I spent training camp with 1 year, this Matthias Janmark. I mean, fuck, buddy. Every time he touched the puck, he was doing something great with it. He was part of a penalty kill that probably led the NHL in all-time records for kill and penalty. I think they let 4 power play goals in the whole playoffs. That's pretty incredible. So, you know, and him being part of that, him being a journeyman, I thought their line was incredible too. So, you know, the Adam Henrique, him and Connor Brown, they're all dogs. But Matthias Janmark, you're my Dog of the Week. 4 goals in the playoffs. I hope you get a good deal. I hope you stay with Edmonton because you were everything they needed. You know, and it goes to say, man, when your star players aren't putting the puck in the net, you really have only a fighting chance when guys like that step up and score big goals and make big plays. And I mean, for them to go down 1-0 in that building, Obes, and for Janmark to catch a pass like that in full stride, go in, roof one on Bobrovsky, who was at the time looking like he was going to be that wall that we expected, and got his team back in it. That's a dog, man. That's your dog of the week for me, and well deserved. So he should be a happy camper today. I know he's probably upset, but he should be very proud of how his effort was acknowledged amongst those Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, 100% well said. And another thing, it takes, as we all know, it takes 20 guys to win a cup, right? More than that. The front office, everyone, but like when you follow like we do, you realize it takes every single guy to win the Stanley Cup. Oilers came up short, but Mark, on July 1, it'll ease the pain for him a little bit when he gets like a 4-year. I don't know what he'll get. What he'll get, $3 million a year or something, probably. I don't even know.
He deserves. I bet you he gets. I bet you he gets a 2-year, like, 6 bananas.
Yeah,
I would expect something like that. He deserves. He played for fucking free this year. He might even have went in as a tryout. I think he started in the minors. Sure, Printzy, right? He was. Yeah, so this is, a guy that I know a lot about fucking, the battle he's had to stay in the league. And if he didn't have the drive to continue to be there, he could easily hung him up now. He had a great career in Dallas. He's still young. He's still got his legs, but he just absolutely brought his game to another level, and the Edmonton Oilers needed it. And so Matthias Janmark, fucking get yourself, you're a dog, go out and a few pints and enjoy an off season, bud.
Up dog, get this guy a cold beer.
Presented by Labatt Blue Light, the pristine Pilsner. Enjoy your beers together so you can live life to the power of we. Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
Attaboy.
Yo, Printzy, 2 for 2, baby. 2 for 2. Now you know how smooth and how hard Obi and I work at those reads. Yeah, they just come off your tongue. They just flow off the tongue, boy, like poetry, bro.
Well, we have a saying at Missin Curfew: win or lose, hit the booze. We all know the Florida Panthers are getting drunk. If I was on the Edmonton Oilers, I'd be getting drunk as well. I'm going to give my Labatt Blue to Barkey. I thought he was great at the start of the series. As the Edmonton Oilers started to shift the momentum and start taking it over, I thought, he wasn't bad, but I just thought Barkey, like you're the guy. If you want to get this done, you got to be arguably the best forward for the Florida Panthers. I thought he was last night. Up dog. Some of the plays he gave the stick, we both looked at each other like, how the fuck did he get that puck? He blocked some big shots. He had some big hits. First Finnish captain to ever hoist the cup to get it from Edmonton. So to me, Barkov, I don't even know if he drinks up, but I hope he does. If he does, get yourself a Labatt Blue, Barkey.
He's drinking today like a true Finn. He's fucking in the sauna. He's probably got 12 Labatt Blue Lights on ice, just sweating and fucking enjoying it. Well deserved. Listen, I'm going to give my my Labatt Blue Light out to 2 guys. Connor McDavid, who proved once and again that he's the best hockey player, and I think to ever lace him up, boys. He's something special. It's the only thing I'm actually probably going to miss is, this summer not having hockey on, is just watching what he does with the puck and watching his determination. I thought he took 10 steps forward with his leadership, with his drive, with how he is with the media, and just, we're starting to see a very mature. I remember when Sidney Crosby started to play like this and started to bring his game up a notch to better his teammates, to have a chance to win the cup and know how hard it is. And I thought we saw Connor really take strides with that. So Connor, get yourself a blue light, and then Skinner to me, boys. Skinner down the stretch when the back was up against the wall. I think he was 9-1 or 10-1. In games 4, 5, 6, and 7 when things really mattered. And that's what, he's paid to do. He's, second year in the league. He, there was at times, throughout this playoff run, he gets yanked when they really needed him against Vancouver. He comes back, he plays well, he owns the net. He was Edmonton Oilers' best player, down the stretch, and that's something to be said. So a guy that's, going to be an Oiler for a long, long time and backstop hopefully another bunch of cup runs, because we know Edmonton Oilers will get back there. So Stuart Skinner, get yourself a cold blue light, buddy. You're probably on the bird right now headed home. I hope you're crushing these beers and enjoying some laughs, because it was a hell of a run. You guys, you were a big part of it.
Absolutely. There's a few guys that proved me wrong throughout the course of the playoffs, which is like every year. People prove me wrong. But Stuart Skinner is one of those guys ups. Against Vancouver, when Calvin Pickard went in between the pipes, I thought, here we go. I was right. Skinner doesn't have it in him. Prove me wrong, man. The guy bounced back, showed mental toughness, made some saves. when they were down 3-0 in the series, a couple post-to-post saves that he didn't, that I didn't think he could make. He made those. So Stuart Skinner, way to prove me wrong. Updog's right. The Stanley Cup playoffs proved it's the best in the world. You never know what's going to happen. The boys laid on the line. It's 2 months of just guys giving their balls a tug, playing hurt. So to the Stanley Cup playoffs, thank you. Get yourself a Labatt Blue, man, because you made me proud to be an ex-player. And Updog, I know you feel the same way. And then last one for me, this takes a lot, boys. This takes a lot for me. The refs, all you pricks out there, you did a hell of a job. I thought it was the best Stanley Cup playoff done by the referees since I've started doing Missin Curfew with you beauties. I thought they let the boys play for the most part. I didn't have to complain about the refs once. So to the boys in stripes, get yourself a Labatt Blue, fellas. You did a hell of a job in this playoffs.
Printz, who you got, fella?
Okay, I got one, and it kind of pains me to do this, but I have to do it because it's right. I'm going to get the Edmonton Oilers fan base a beer. I know you guys just lost the Stanley Cup. It's going to sting for a while. You never know when you're going to get back. Obviously, you got McDavid, so your odds go up. Definitely better than 06. But just that whole entire playoff run, to be there in person, just to see how happy the streets were. The weather was actually great for Alberta. It was super nice the whole time. The Moss Pit is incredible. Fans just lined up around the corner for hours and hours and hours. And then they got on the other side of the rink where those concerts were, where Shania Twain was there. I saw people lining up for Shania Twain at like noon, and I don't even think she went on till like 5 o'clock. So just take it all in, guys. Like, I hope that a lot of Oiler fans can look at this, and even though that they lost, they created a lot of good memories with their friends, with their families. They got to go out and wear their Oilers jerseys. I heard businesses were closing down early to let all these people go out and watch the games. The bars, the restaurants were just packed. Even after losses, you would go out on the street and they're still chanting, "Let's go Oilers, let's go Oilers." It pounded the drums. The scene outside the arena after Game 6 was something I'll never forget. Just walking through the crowd, people are just like, I don't know, they're tossing you beers, they're tossing you whatever. Very cool to be a part of. Again, I am a Flames fan, so all I can think in my head is I want this one day, and hopefully I do get it one day. But good on you guys. Like, you guys did a great job. Watching them do the Shania Twain synced in the building, they're singing that, they're dancing around. They throw up Rafi Torres, Zach Cassian, and Big George LaRocque on the Jumbotron. The place would just go insane, absolutely insane. So I'm glad that I got to be a part of it. I got 2 boys at home. They now know why I'm leaving home to go do that kind of stuff, and they're FaceTiming me. And I got a FaceTime from all my buddies up in the media suite. They were all cheering me, saying, "Fucking rights, Printz, you're at the game. You fucking deserve this, man." And just to be there was awesome. So Oilers fans, I know you're going to be right back, and we're going to be talking about you probably again next year. So have some more beers. I know you guys have probably had a lot, but have some more beers. The season's short. It's going to turn around. The draft's right there. So just forget about it and move on to next year.
I probably speak for all of us here, especially you, but I felt proud to be fucking Canadian. I felt proud to be like a small town, blue collar kid, Fort McMurray. It brought communities together, brought families together. I know guys poured out their wallets and emptied their bank accounts to go to these games, but I really felt like this brought community together. This NHL playoffs, call it the whole stretch, man, and right through the finals. It brought Canada together at a time when fucking, there's a lot of turmoil going around the world and stuff. And this hockey, man, is the best sport. Obes, you said it best. The best sport. We had Canada behind a team that had the best player in the world trying to win a Stanley Cup for the first time like that. And it really made us all feel proud. And fuck, I'm waking up today. I'm happy with the effort. I'm happy that my brother brought his daughters to the game yesterday in Edmonton, said it was this incredible experience inside Rogers. And that's, that just makes us Canadian kids feel like it's where Canada needs to be. We need to be pushing for Stanley Cups like this. We need to be playing in finals. In Edmonton, you did a great job of leading that way for us.
Yeah, I will say it brought back the Fort McMurray boy in you. I will say that.
Fucking right, it did.
I went from Newport Beach up dog, and we went all the way back to Fort McMurray up dog. We went back before the oil barons when you were snapping around. Dude, Oilers fans, you guys are the fucking best, man. And it crushed me to be like on the other side of it because they're so good to our podcast. Without Oilers fans, there is no Missin Curfew. But boys, up there, I'm telling you, you're going to get yours. It stings now, but you're going to get your cup before McDavid's next deal or whatever. I truly believe they're going to get their cup. Princey, that was classy by you, giving the Oilers fans Fuck, you're getting soft though, eh? You're getting soft. Hey, let's go. Hey, come on, bud. Hey, what happened to the fucking Battle of Alberta, bud? I'm texting Weegsy right now. And being like, Princey's fucking loving the Oilers over here.
I'll do it one time because you guys got to remember too, when I did the playoff run, my DMs were flooded with guys telling me to meet them in the back alley when we come up to go. So I'll give them their love now. But other than that, like let's just say I was high-fiving all the boys last night when the cup came out, not for the Oilers.
Yeah, no, it was well said, boys. Oilers Nation, you guys are fucking beauties, and you will be back. Princey, the Jägermeister iciest shot of the week.
Presented by Jägermeister. Best served at 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Damn, that's cold. Check out Jägermeister at www.draftkingsxjagermeister.com.
I think I did the Jäger shot actually last night when somebody came up to me with a friend of the pod.
Oh, yeah.
Shot, I was like, let's take her down, bud.
Yeah. It's the first thing they give us now when we go around. So shout out to the boys. Yeah, it's a treat. But yeah, when you drink half a bottle of that and a bunch of old fashions, it's heads up. You get a little cross-eyed.
You do a podcast with Kit's Eyewear on, Halls, Gatorade, God knows what else. But Updog, sorry to bring it up to you again, brother, but I'm going to give it to Sam Reinhart. Listen, I thought Reinhart, Berhage we're great all series, and those are two playmakers that had to make a difference. Verhaeghe got the first one, and then Rhino goes in there to score the Stanley Cup game-winning goal. Like we said, it's probably a shot that Skinner wants back. However, good for Rhino. Got the blue line. The D-man back did a little bit up, dog, like as a forward. Rhino took his ice and got enough wood on it to get through Skinner. So, Rhino, get a Jäger in you. Damn, that's cold, fella. And then last but not least here, it's milk carton time at Missin Curfew. And Mr. Bettman, this is no disrespect to you or the NHL. However, here at Missin Curfew, we keep people honest, good or bad. Mr. Bettman, you're on the milk carton because your speech was way too long, fella. Barkey was trying to take the cup. You wouldn't even give the cup. The guy just played his bag off for 2 months straight, and you're hanging on to it there, Mr. Bettman. But I got to put you on the milk carton. But in all seriousness, like the Updog said this before Game 7, the NHL is cool right now. As an ex-player, there's certain things about Bettman that I didn't like throughout my career, but you got to give the guy credit, man. The NHL's in a very good spot. He's the man. He's the commissioner. So he's doing something right. But Gary, fella, like my shifts, keep it short, fella. Keep it short. Keep it short.
Yeah, well said. He talks, everyone listens. It's Gary Bettman's style. But, it was anytime that Lord Stanley comes out, it's a pretty exciting moment for all those guys. So I would have Barkey, you almost ripped it right out of his hands. Would have been all time. But needless to say, that cup belongs in these players' hands for the next little while, and they're going to definitely enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, boys, we got some trades and stuff, but let's save it for Fella Friday because that was good. Updog, you got a flight. Princey, you're the man. Boys, I love you. Appreciate your hard work. We got a couple more shows here. We got Fella Friday, and then we'll do the free agent stuff, and then Updog, we're going to go and enjoy some time with family and friends. But, boys, what a playoff run. It's been a privilege covering with you beauties, and fuck. Till next year, eh, fellas?